If you've ever felt your small electric range struggling to keep up, uneven heating, cramped cooking space, cheap knobs that feel like they'll pop off any minute, then you already know the frustration. You buy a sleek-looking unit thinking it'll finally upgrade your kitchen game, only to find yourself juggling trays, questioning the build quality, and wondering why that oven never cooks evenly. That's where the Thor Kitchen 24-inch freestanding electric range with convection oven, model HRE2401, comes into the picture. With 4 powerful sealed burners, including a dual-element burner that hits 2200 watts, and a convection oven that uses a dedicated 800-watt fan to circulate heat evenly, this range promises a lot. You're getting restaurant-style power and performance in a compact, apartment-friendly footprint. And the oven capacity? A generous 3.73 cubic feet. Which means yes, it can roast a whole chicken or even handle holiday baking without you playing oven Tetris. All wrapped in a brushed stainless steel body that's as professional looking as it is durable. At around $2,699, it's definitely not a budget pick. But with pro-level specs and a sharp modern design, it's positioned as a serious contender for anyone ready to replace their unreliable range once and for all. There's a link below if you want to check the current deal while we go through the details. Now, in this review, I'll walk you through everything, from the design and construction to how it performs in real-world cooking. And heads up, real buyers have flagged loose screws and wobbly oven racks, so it's not all flawless. But there's a lot more going on beneath the stainless steel exterior than meets the eye. Coming up next, we'll break down the build quality, materials, and overall design, and whether this thing really feels like a high-end upgrade or just looks like one. When you slide in front of the Thor Kitchen HRE2401, the first thing you'll notice is the gleaming, brushed stainless steel exterior. It's designed to look and feel premium. Think commercial-grade kitchen meets modern apartment sleekness. The stainless finish is polished enough to reflect your kitchen lights, but muted enough to hide minor smudges. A handy touch for the everyday cook. The heavy-duty door handle runs the width of the oven, begging the metaphor, swing it open like a restaurant chef's range, and giving you an immediate sense of sturdiness and quality. Let's break down what's under that hood. The burners are sealed, laid flush into the cooktop and supported by sturdy cast iron grates. These grates don't just look solid, they function. You can slide pans smoothly across the surface without them catching. The 4 burners include 2 regular mid-size burners, a simmer burner, and a powerful dual-element burner that cranks out up to 2200 watts. That top-tier element is especially handy for searing steaks or bringing a kettlebell-sized pot of water to boil in no time. Below the cooktop, the control panel is outfitted with solid metal knobs, no flimsy plastic here. They offer a confident click-stop feel as you dial in temperatures. Even if you're adjusting mid-cook, there's little worry they'll get knocked off or feel mushy. The oven's window is generously sized, and when paired with the interior light, gives you a clear view of what's cooking without needing to open the door and lose heat. Great for keeping baking or roasting consistent. Slide the oven racks, though, and the quality starts to show some cracks. Reviewers mention they can feel a bit loose, sliding unexpectedly when you pull them out. That might not matter for small baking sheets, but if you're planning to roast a turkey, that play could lead to slips or uneven loads. And while overall, fit and finish are strong, a Canadian buyer flagged loose screws out of the box, something that, if it's a one-off QA issue, may not be widespread, but still worth noting. It's odd to see manufacturing-level slips like that in a premium-priced appliance. Inside, the oven cavity spans 3.73 cubic feet, which is spacious enough to fit a turkey or multiple sheet pans. The side walls are coated with smooth enamel, easier to wipe down than older textured interiors, and there's enough clearance to maneuver casseroles, baking sheets, or Dutch ovens easily. The convection fan is rear-mounted, encircled by a protective ring which gives it a professional appearance and helps guide airflow evenly around the cavity. The broiler drawer underneath is a nice touch for quick gratinés or browning without firing up the full oven. That drawer broiler adds versatility. You can broil smaller dishes without disturbing the main cavity, which is a thoughtful design detail. However, it does eat into storage space. So if you routinely store roasting pans or baking accessories beneath the range, you'll need to adapt. In terms of depth, the unit is true to a standard 24-inch freestanding form factor, so it fits in typical kitchen cutouts. But take note, the venting and clearance you give it might require a bit more planning if you're installing beneath overhead cabinets. It's not flush right to wall like some built-ins, so check your countertop overhang and back clearance before purchase. Overall, the HRE2401 really nails that pro-grade look and feel. You get robust materials, practical burner placement, and a smart convection layout. But it's not flawless. Oven racks and QC quirks could undermine that dream of chef-level reliability. Stay tuned next, where we'll cook with this thing and see how those burners and that convection system actually perform in real meals. Now, let's talk about what really matters, how the Thor Kitchen HRE2401 performs when it's time to cook. Because a sleek design means nothing if your roast ends up dry or your pasta water takes 20 minutes to boil. Starting on the cooktop, the 4 sealed burners each serve a purpose. The dual-element burner, delivering up to 2200 watts, is perfect for high-heat tasks like stir-frying or searing steaks. It gets hot fast and holds that heat steadily, making it reliable for consistent browning. The smaller burners allow for simmering sauces or keeping dishes warm without scorching. Heat distribution is fairly even, thanks to the layout and quality of the grates, and pans can slide between burners with ease. Move to the oven, and the story gets better. The true convection fan circulates heat effectively, creating a uniform temperature throughout the 3.73 cubic feet cavity. That means your cookies bake evenly, your casseroles brown consistently, and you don't have to rotate trays halfway through. The oven also preheats reasonably fast, not lightning quick, but better than average for its class. That said, there's a learning curve. Some owners noted that the temperature control can be a bit aggressive, meaning it may run a little hotter than the dial suggests. So you might want to use an oven thermometer during the first few weeks to dial in your settings. Also, while the broiler is effective for quick charring or melting cheese, it's located in a bottom drawer, which isn't the most ergonomic setup for larger or heavier dishes. So, overall, the performance is solid, and in many cases, impressive. But you'll want to pay close attention to temps and rack stability as you get to know the unit. When it comes to everyday use, the Thor Kitchen HRE2401 strikes a solid balance between power and simplicity. The manual knob controls are refreshingly straightforward, no touchscreens to glitch out or menus to scroll through when you just want to bake a lasagna or boil some pasta. Each burner is clearly marked, and the knobs offer satisfying resistance, helping you avoid accidental bumps or misfires. The oven cavity is well lit, thanks to an internal bulb that gives you a good view without having to open the door and lose precious heat. The large viewing window also helps you monitor your cooking without disrupting the convection cycle. That said, the racks aren't on ball-bearing slides, and users have mentioned they can feel a bit wobbly under heavier dishes. If you're roasting something substantial, a cast iron pot or a turkey pan, you'll need to use both hands and slide carefully to avoid spills. Cleaning the unit is fairly manageable. The sealed burners help prevent spills from seeping underneath, and the stainless steel surface wipes down easily with a damp cloth and mild cleaner. However, fingerprints and smudges do show, especially around the knobs and oven door, so regular wipe downs are a must to keep that pro kitchen look. The oven's interior enamel is smooth, but there's no self-cleaning function, so for deep cleans, it's manual elbow grease or oven-safe cleaner sprays. Also, while the broiler drawer adds cooking versatility, it complicates storage. There's no bottom drawer for pots or baking sheets. And because it's so close to the floor, broiling large dishes can be physically awkward, especially for taller users or anyone with mobility issues. Bottom line, usability is strong, but not flawless. Expect solid performance with a few trade-offs in convenience and comfort. So, is the Thor Kitchen HRE2401 worth the nearly $2,700 price tag? If you're looking for a compact, professional-style range that delivers serious power, real convection cooking, and a premium stainless steel design, it's absolutely a contender. This isn't just another freestanding range. It's a step toward a more capable, confident kitchen setup. The burner layout makes daily cooking efficient, and the convection oven offers performance that rivals full-size ranges, even in a smaller footprint. But it's not perfect. Those loose oven racks and the lack of a self-cleaning function are real trade-offs. And if you're expecting ultra-quiet operation or smart features, you won't find them here. What you do get is reliable heat, a solid build, and a serious aesthetic upgrade for any modern kitchen. It's not just an appliance, it's your kitchen workhorse. And if you value performance, durability, and simplicity over touchscreens and gimmicks, this one's tough to beat. Still deciding? Check out the link below to see if there's a current deal. It might help you pull the trigger. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Let me know. What's your biggest frustration with your current range? Or maybe your favorite kitchen hack for getting the most out of your oven? Let's keep this kitchen conversation going. See you in the next review.